gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Back to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. And he'll decide to keep this once more. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll drop to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to look deep for more. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Second down, and it's Kamara again.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They're going to look to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. They find some open field here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 39 yards there, a big one.
And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A give to Kamara running right. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
What's the old adage, be quick but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards there on the catch and run. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Again, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
They'll look to throw again. He finds Ross. Right side, it's complete. Touchdown, Panthers. John Ross, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Carolina.
We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and you see the final number there on how far that ball traveled. Pretty impressive.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman.
30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Saints.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll say he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is down to 4.
Panthers 14, Saints 10.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Tano Passanio showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Second and 14. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Over the middle, complete. It's Hubbard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. There's Tremble, the tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back.
He's got a man complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They run zooming past that number there. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here. They'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Now back to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. A 10th carry for Kamara. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 64 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Back to throw here. Got a man. That's little Jordan Humphrey.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down. They run. It's Kamara. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down. First down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. He'll look to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. There he goes left side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. And growing pains as an NFL QB, they're going to happen. He's played pretty well in this one. They still have the lead, but those moments, interceptions, pick 6 is occasionally going to happen.
Rookie. It happens, right? Just what you mentioned. Played pretty well in this game, and now his teammates will jump in and go, okay, we're having a good game. That's one blip. Let's go ahead and get back on track right here, right now, and we'll be okay.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And nothing but daylight ahead. The 30. 10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as head play backfires in a big way. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they're going to have lousy starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 6-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And Geisman complete. Touchdown. John Ross with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Panthers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive interception, this drive the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it solid because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll drop to throw. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Saints on third down. Not good, 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete to Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Flush to his right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Kevin King with a pick. And they will finally put an end to the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off inside the 5. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the end.
And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 47, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. He's going to look deep for more, and it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. DJ Moore, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Point after, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Going right side here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Saints. The 4th quarter touchdown there, back to a 2-score game, but time is not their ally.
No, it's not, partner. They still have a pulse, but it's probably a little weak right now. A lot of things have to go right in these final 2 minutes plus for them. I think they have to be thinking onside kick here. And we know how difficult those are to recover. Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. And on is the punter, Charlton, now as he's able to get this one away.
And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20, not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 22. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. That one looks like he'll throw here. Going deep downfield for Ross. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Carolina. John Ross, 72 yards. And the Panthers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you, because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. Back to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally